I'm going to introduce you to a context, a way of looking at your business that will help you get everything you want from your business. You'll never look at your business the same way again. And so that's what I do all day, every day. I help people get what they want from their businesses. And that's the goal of our time together. And if that's the goal, then we need to start there. And so the question is, what do you want? If you were to think of one thing that you want from your business, long-range goal, what is the one thing you want from your business? And I want you to play along with me for a minute. I want you to think of something, and the criteria I want you to apply to what you're about to think about is it can only be one thing. So I want you to think of one thing, long range, so it needs to be 5 years or more, and you have to say it in less than 7 words. 7 words or less. And so hold something in your mind. Just humor me on this. There's a method to my madness. You know, and Robin's been talking about outcomes. What we're talking about here is the ultimate outcome. And I don't know if they warned you, but this is a workshop, and so I want you to do something for me. If you'll turn to the workbook that you all have, and if you'll please turn to my section, and so there's a tab with my name on it. And if you'll please turn to page 95, it's a notes page. And if you don't have a workbook, please make sure you do. It will be like you will be working without your right arm if you don't have a workbook for this workshop, because this is going to be a workshop. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. If you'll do me this favor, I want you to write that thing on page 95. One thing, 5 years or more, 7 words or less. And for this conversation to be productive, I need you to write something down. Just please humor me on that. And so I'm going to talk a little slow, give you a chance to write something down. And even if you're not sure, just try something on. It might be a revenue number. It might be a profit number. It might be a peace of mind. It might be that the business is in full control and you're free and independent of it. Whatever it is, we all want something. I need you to just try something on. And assuming you've done that and you've written that down, here are the statistics. That thing that you wrote down, some achieve that thing. Most don't. Some, the 5%, realize their goals, accomplish those outcomes. Most, 95%, don't. Some are happy, high-fiving, thriving, and unfortunately, most are frustrated. And so when I think about these frustrations that I've seen over and over the last 3 decades of doing this, I've discovered there are about 5 frustrations that most leaders, entrepreneurs, managers tend to experience. And so if you're going to write anything down in the next couple hours, please don't write this down. And so some of you might be able to relate to these, but the first frustration I call control. And so they tend to be frustrated because they're out of control. They're feeling out of control. They feel the business is controlling them and they're not controlling their business. The second frustration is profit. Simply put, not enough if I'm not communicating. The third is people. So they're frustrated about their people, their employees, their partners, their vendors, their clients. They just don't listen. They're frustrated about hitting the ceiling. So they want that thing, but they're just feeling stuck in their current situation. For some reason, they're just feeling stuck and they can't quite reach it. And then the fifth frustration is just that nothing's working. They're getting fed up. They've tried all the stuff. They've read all the books. They've applied all the teachings. And just for some reason, nothing's working. And that's all pretty frustrating. And so if you're anything like me, the question is why? What's the difference? The 5% that do, the 95% that don't. And for the 95% that don't, if some of you in this room are suffering from these frustrations, my goal today is to alleviate and solve those frustrations for you. Again, that's what I do for a living. That's what I do all day, every day. And so again, if you're anything like me, you're wondering why? What's the gap? What's the void? What's missing? And about 20 years ago, I figured it out. I made a discovery. And once I made that discovery and I tested it and it worked, it was like discovering gold. And there was enough for everyone. And so I set out over the last 20 years and I'm just giving this gold to as many people as will listen to me. It's a blast. I would do this for free. Don't tell Robin. Actually, I would do it for free, but my wife makes me charge you. So, delivering this message, sharing this discovery. And so on that note, and the discovery, how many of you would love to know what that discovery was? Just let me get the statistics here. 6 of you. Good. Well, statistically, that's not bad. So here's the discovery. And as I'm about to share this discovery with you, I've got to have your minds in the right place because some of you aren't quite ready to receive this message. Your brains aren't quite there just yet. So, what I need you to do is I need you to shift from working in your business to on your business. And so I want you to think about your business. So there's an old saying that says, the philosopher's name is Gödel, and it's that we cannot be inside of a system and at the same time know the system that we are in. Said another way, you cannot be inside of your business and understand the business that you are in. And so from time to time, you got to get out of the business and work on the business. And that's what we're going to do for the next couple hours here. And so to get you there mentally, I need you to do me a favor, close your eyes. So just humor me on this. Close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, I need you to take a deep breath. Let it out soon. And with your eyes closed, I need you to see your business. Look at your business. I need you to see all of your people. I need you to see all the moving parts. I need you to see the interaction with all of those clients. And as you're seeing it, I need you to float up above that business. Look down on your business. And I need you to float up just a little bit higher, looking down on your business. And once you're there, open your eyes, and here is the discovery. The discovery is that your business is comprised of 6 key components. And to the degree you strengthen those 6 key components, you will get everything you want from your business. Everything will fall into place. Said another way, we business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, managers, we tend to wrestle with 136 things simultaneously. A lot going on in business. Very overwhelming. Well, to the degree you can just focus on 6 areas of your business, those 136 things just have this miraculous way of falling into place, and you will get what you want. Now, sounds simple. So I'm going to share with you what those 6 key components are at a high level. We're going to do a first pass high level. And then we're going to do a deep dive, and this is where we're going to roll up our sleeves and get to work today. So at a high level, here are the 6 key components. The first key component of your business is the vision component. And strengthening that vision component means that every single person in your organization knows exactly where you're going and how you're going to get there. Everyone in your organization knows who you are, what you are, where you're going, how you're going to get there. They all know the vision and the plan. That means that your vision is out of your brain, on paper, on a document, into the brains of all of your leadership team, and everyone in your organization is crystal clear on that vision, and you're all rowing in the same direction. How that is accomplished, we will come back in the second pass. The second key component of your business is the people component. And strengthening your people component means that everyone in your organization, top to bottom, are all the right people in the right seats. You have great people, top to bottom, in your organization, non-negotiable. Simply put, you cannot achieve the vision without great people top to bottom. And what I'm going to do for you today when we do a deep dive into this is I've learned that the definition of great is different in every organization. Every organization. There are hundreds of companies represented in this room right now. There are hundreds of different definitions. I'm going to give you the definition for you, for your organization, because they're all different. More on that in just a little bit in the second pass. The third key component of your business is the data component. And strengthening the data component is you cutting through all the subjectives and personalities and opinions and egos in your business and boiling your organization down to a handful of numbers where you always have a pulse on your business at any given time. The numbers never lie. How we create that, we'll come back to that in just a bit here. The fourth key component of your business is the issues component. Simply put here, this one, in strengthening this component, is that you've built a muscle in your organization top to bottom where everyone in the organization is great at solving their problems. So understand, issues are good and bad things. Issues are ideas, opportunities. Issues are problems and barriers. And what that means is an issue is just anything unresolved. Strengthening this component is when you build that muscle, that top to bottom, everywhere in the organization, issues are resolved. They don't linger for days and weeks and months and years. Some of you maybe can relate to that. How we strengthen that, in just a bit here. The fifth key component in your business is the process component. This is the secret ingredient. We'll do a deep dive here, but what this is, in strengthening this component, is that you know your way of doing business. Every business has a way. That way is defined by just a handful of core processes that make your business go round. And strengthening this component is you all agreeing on what they are in your organization, having them documented, simplified, followed by all, so that you have scalability, consistency, ease of management, more efficiency, more fun, and ultimately more profitability. And then the sixth and final key component of your business is the traction component. Strengthening this component is where you are bringing discipline and accountability into your organization and executing and making your vision a reality. It's taking that vision, bringing it down to the ground, and executing it, making it a reality. As the saying goes, vision without traction is hallucination.